All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Rajon Rondo is about to be traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs making this move just a day removed after Ricky Rubio went down with a torn ACL, going to be out for the season. I mean, just an absolutely brutal blow for this Cleveland Cavaliers team. They're having a great season. Ricky Rubio was a huge reason to their success to this point in the season. He's averaging like 14 points per game, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Ricky Rubio, at this point in his career, he just knows what to do. He knows how to win. He knows how to set up his teammates. It sucked, man. It absolutely sucks. But the Cavs are acting quick, and this is what I wanted to see. Now, I don't mean to be disrespectful, because I hope this doesn't sound disrespectful one bit, but I just feel like they needed to make a move like this. I just feel like they needed to make a move like this. The replacements, I don't believe, are at the point yet where they can propel this team to the playoffs and even further than that. Like, I think they're just a little too young, a little too inexperienced. I would much rather go get a guy just like Ricky Rubio, a guy like Rajon Rondo. Now, the downside to Rondo is he is 35 years old. Now, statistically, Rajon Rondo hasn't really done anything in the stat sheet as far as like season averages go since, pretty much like his season in Sacramento. This season, he's averaging 3.5 assists per game, 3 points, and about 3 rebounds. He's only playing about 16 minutes per game. It's going to be really interesting to see what his role is going to be on this Cavs team, if you know what I'm saying. Ricky Rubio was a guy that you could comfortably start. You could comfortably start him. He averaged about 28.5 minutes per game on the team this season. The good news is this, because I know people are going to be like, Rajon Rondo, man, he can't shoot it. First off, just because a player can't make shots from 30 feet away at a extremely consistent rate doesn't mean they're a bad basketball player. Does not mean they are a bad basketball player. Ricky Rubio was having a horrible shooting season from the field, like absolutely horrible. 36% from the field. 36%, man. He has not shot that low since his second year in the NBA, his first and second year in the NBA, all the way 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Now, I don't mean to make it seem like 36 is absolutely broken, because when you compare it to Rajon Rondo this season, 32.5% from the field and then 27% from downtown. With Rondo, it's going to be a little different because Ricky Rubio could have games where he'll go off for like 25 points, like he did the other night. There will be games where Rubio, especially if you give him a starting spot, if someone's out with COVID or health reasons, injury reasons, what have you, there are games where Ricky Rubio could, he can score, man. Rajon Rondo is not going to be the same thing. It's not going to be the same thing. And to be quite honest with you, I think the Cavs are going to make another move by the time the trade deadline comes around. Now, I know that's quite a ways away. What I think is going to happen with this Cavs team is they're going to bring in Ricky Rubio. They're going to bring in Rajon Rondo to replace Ricky Rubio. They're going to give it a month or two, see how it goes. Maybe 2 months is a little too long. Give it a couple weeks to a month and see, all right, do we need to make another move? Or, is this not our season? Like, what is the deal here? Because Ricky Rubio, just because a guy comes off the bench, a.k.a., Jamal Crawford, doesn't mean they're not a starting caliber basketball player. If you're still getting starter level minutes like Rubio was with about 29 in a game, that's a lot. That's a big void to fill. The reason I'm so high on Rajon Rondo is, first off, in that season where the Lakers won it just a handful of seasons ago, 2 years ago, Rajon Rondo was like a huge reason for that. And it's not the same Rondo on that Lakers team anymore. It just isn't. I don't think Rondo really clicks on it at all. There will be lineups out there of, what was it? I believe there was a lineup out there of Russell Westbrook, Rajon Rondo, and Isaiah Thomas. And it's like, that is never going to work. So I think the Lakers roster is just built so differently right now than it was when they won the championship. So Rajon Rondo at 35, championship guy, he's got a ton of minutes in the league. This is the exact type of player I am thinking can maybe not fill exactly what they had with Ricky Rubio, but he can provide something at the very least that's going to be adequate enough. So I really like this. I like just because he's a veteran, he's got that veteran experience. He doesn't have, locker room issues are not a thing for Rondo, it seems like, anymore. There might be some critics out there saying it's going to mess up the chemistry, but something's going to happen to the chemistry because Rubio's out for the season. So it sucks. Like I said, I don't think the Cavs are going to be done. I don't think Ricky Rubio is going to be enough. This Cavs team is talented enough to make some noise in the postseason. I apologize, and for the rest of the season. So I think what's going to happen is it's going to work out. It's going to work out well enough. And I think, like I said, they've had one of the hardest schedules to date, and it's just going to get easier. So I think they're going to evaluate it in a month, maybe 4 to 6 weeks, something like that, and be like, all right, what move do we need to make, if they even need to make a move? So that's it for today, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I apologize, no videos for the last couple of days. Was in Nashville, and then I came down with the flu 2 days ago, and I still kind of have it, so I feel like shit. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys later.